Evening all, welcome back to Carrow Road, where Norwich have lost again. They've lost 1-0 to Watford, back-to-back defeats for only the second time this season. A team doing the double over them for the second time in, 4 days, after Bournemouth doing it at the weekend as well. So a disappointing night in terms of the result, but of course we all know that they have done the majority of their work already. They're already on 90 points. Even with this defeat, they are still 5 points clear of Watford, who were really good tonight. I think you've got to give them praise. You've got to accept that they almost were running through brick walls to make this happen tonight. They were desperate for it. The Swansea game is still going at the moment. Brentford have already drawn. Swansea were drawing as well, last I saw. So this win for Watford puts them on the verge of automatic promotion. I think that if they win their game on Saturday, that means they will be confirmed. They're at home to Millwall, which is never an easy game, is it? They always are so good defensively. So we shall see. And Norwich will, of course, care about what happens in that game, because they go to QPR on Saturday. If they win, they will be in firm control of the title race. They would still be 5 points ahead with 6 points to play for both teams. So we shall see how that unfolds. But I think if Norwich win at QPR on Saturday, it's done, because after that Millwall game, Watford also have to play Brentford and Swansea, who are still going to be fighting for their playoff places, and Watford may still have something to play for. So we shall see. But yes, it's frustrating. Social media is a pretty... I just sort of made a comment on Twitter because I just couldn't believe how negative it was, considering I actually thought this was a really good example of Championship football. I thought it was a really entertaining, good battle, two teams really going at it, and Norwich have come down on the wrong side, and there's the easy sort of link you can make between them celebrating on Saturday night and being able to have a bit of a party, maybe take their eye off the ball. But I don't think that's really the case. They were reduced to 10 men on Saturday, and we all know the story of the Bournemouth game. And with this one, I don't think you can say Norwich were on the beach or had lost their focus or anything. They had to play well to stay in this game, because Watford were absolutely on it. After losing 1-0 at Luton on Saturday, they had to play well to get something out of this. And you look at the stats. Norwich ended up with 53% of possession, but I'm not sure what it was after about 20 minutes, but it would have been a lot lower than that, because Watford started like a train. And shots, Norwich had 14 attempts at goal and 2 of them on target, and Watford 23 and 5 on target. So what have you got there? 37 attempts at goal. So it was a cracking game with real intensity, played at sort of full tempo, full pelt, two good teams. There is that worrying element that Norwich that the double has been done by Bournemouth and Watford, who are the teams packed with Premier League experience and quality in their squads, and could well end up still being the teams that bounce back with Norwich as well. But you just got to keep the overall perspective on it, haven't you? It is disappointing, but the main job is already done, and they are still in a fantastic position. You probably can't hear it, to be honest, but there are some fans outside the stadium again tonight, as there were on Saturday. We've been able to hear them singing a few songs. It probably sounds like more than it is when we're not allowed to go outside, because once we're inside, we're sort of part of the COVID bubble almost. We're in the amber zone, other than when I'm doing things like this, broadcasting when there's no one around me. I have to wear a mask at all times, things like that. So, but you can hear air horns going on, and the players who didn't play tonight all streamed out across the pitch. So I don't know whether they were greeted by the fans there or something, but those fans are still getting into the spirit of it all and still excited by things. So Norwich got a few days to chill out now, to gather their thoughts, work on it in training, and go to QPR, who are an up and down team, aren't they? They're capable of performing well on the day, but I've also had some really shocking results along the way as well. So they are very much mid-tables, work in progress, capable of playing some good attacking football, but not great defensively. Whereas Watford tonight really didn't give Pukki a sniff. They sat deep. They did, but what you should do against Pukki, really, you just don't let him get in behind you, do you? You don't let him run in off your shoulder and let Buendia and Cantwell thread those balls through. And they did well to thwart him overall. So as I said, I thought Watford overall were really good. There goes the lights. Hopefully the ones above us are about to come on as well. Hopefully. If not, I better cut this pretty short, because that's not helpful. They normally put the ones on above me, but they're not going to, are they? Great. That just sums up the night. Right, well, just very quickly, I'll say my man of the match was Tim Krul. I'll give him a 7. Grant Hanley and Andrew Omobamidele, I'll give them both 7s as well. And some really, Hanley made some excellent blocks throughout. And Omobamidele did as well. He was taken off with about 10 minutes remaining. Sorry, that's very frustrating. I don't know why they haven't turned the lights back on, but there we go. So 6s for the rest of the team. Javi Quintilla was the player who came in at left back for Dimitris Giannoulis. The appeal wasn't successful against his red card, so Quintilla did play. And it was a similar story, really, to what we've seen with him before. Good going forward, good deliveries, but defensively he struggled. He was up against Ismail Assar today, so you can't judge him too harshly. But there we go. Seems the lights aren't coming back on, so I'll leave it there. Thanks very much for watching. And, of course, Pinkin.com is the place to go for all the post-match reaction and analysis.